Hi, Gemini. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading. Let's see what Spirit has for you today, what messages of love. Lots of cards for you. Welcome back to all my Gemini, and welcome to anyone who's just finding my channel for the first time. Let's call in our spirit guides. Let's see what Spirit has for us today. Spirit, I am here with anyone who has found this message. It's a general reading for all my Geminis. Any messages that you have for us, things to think about, things you want us to know, things that may be coming. I'm listening for you now. Unity. Okay, look at this, hand in hand. Almost the sense of a, I don't know. I mean, it could be somebody in your lifetime that you just have been together for a long time, or you might even have known them from their childhood, but you didn't reconnect with them until much later in life, something like that. Like it was almost this impression like, I have known you my whole life, but we weren't in a romantic relationship, or maybe we went to high school together or even grade school together, but we never, connected that way. But this, or one more step, like the inner children in you have fallen in love. Like we want each other. We want that playfulness. We want to be together. So I like that. I will tell you, I have the number 27 in that card. So I don't know, something has brought you together, a lifetime of kind of togetherness. I have the number 28. I have confusion. Okay, so maybe came into me a little bit of as like a stumbling feeling. I have stumbled. I don't know what we're stumbling over our words, stumbling over our actions, not sure where to turn. And then I have a Bermuda Triangle, the number 26. I have a hero, a villain, and a victim. All right, so, or it could be is somebody else involved in this connection? Is this a third party connection? Is somebody interrupting this kind of lifetime together and causing confusion in this connection? So, wow, let's, and look at that big eye. Like I have an eye on you, right? I have an eye on you. Let's see where I'm going with this. I just want to see what the cards are saying, but right now I definitely am feeling a little bit confused, and I feel like I'm being pulled into something that I don't want to be pulled into. So let's just see where I'm headed. Spirit, please share with me. What do you want us to know? I have a 6 of Cups. Yeah, this sense of I've known you forever. Okay, like either you're somebody that I've always wanted in my life, or you've been just in my life in some way, or maybe I met you years and years and years ago, and somehow you have come into my path again, or we have been together. I have a 10 of Pentacles. I have the Sun, and I have a Page of Swords. Wow. I mean, I have a lot of happiness, don't I? I have a lot of, that this could be a new start, a new beginning. I could be really happy with you. Maybe somebody has reached out for you. Okay. Maybe a little bit of a blast from the past. Okay. A little bit of somebody reaching out from your past, maybe through social media, just kind of curious as to, what you've been doing, what you've been up to. I haven't talked to you in a long time. Just kind of wondering, what's going on with your life. I haven't forgotten about you. Again, whether it's a door to romance or not, it's almost like putting out feelers. So I'm gonna put it in the category of a blast from the past just for a moment. I want to see, and not, sometimes people always get like crazy and say, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. you might never have been in a relationship with this person. This person could be just have been a friend or in groups of friends of yours. And somehow they crossed your, one of your social media accounts and said, hey, oh my God, I can't believe it's you. How have you been? Like, what's going on? But this sense of reaching out to you for some reason. Okay, so a little bit of a, I want to go back to the confusion and the triangle, a little bit of a, why are you reaching out to me? Or I don't want to get involved in something. Like, don't reach out to me if you are married but you're unhappy and you're trying to let me know you're unhappy and you're trying to see, like what's out there. Don't reach out to me, right? I've got a 7 of Pentacles and I have an Ace of Swords. All right, so somebody that wants to share with you what is going on with their life, and somebody who would be open to starting something new and even just kind of seeing where it would go. You may know this person, okay? This may be somebody that you have crossed paths in the past, okay? And they want either, to see where this goes on a different level this time, like, hey, can I take you out for drinks? You want to meet for a cup of coffee? Let's get this one that flipped upside down here. I have 3 of Wands. I don't know. This just came into me as I've actually given you a lot of thought over the years. Somebody who, I don't know, maybe they had a crush on you a long time ago, or maybe they always wondered whatever happened to you. Like maybe there was a connection years and years ago, but it wasn't the right time for whatever reason. And maybe now is a better time, now is a good time, something like that. Maybe you guys are at a different phase in your lives and maybe you're available to see where this goes. Spirit just said, how cute. Spirit just said, I've always had a thing for you. Like, I always had kind of a crush on you. I always had a thing for you. I just never thought it would go anywhere. I never thought you were interested, or maybe you guys were dating other people. I have a celebration. 3 of Cups, Knight of Swords. Yeah, I have a feeling this person's going out of their way to reach out to you. Okay, either you crossed their mind, or somebody mentioned you, or somebody brought you up in conversation, or how sometimes you become like a new friend on one of the social medias, and then you can see like everybody else who they're friends with. And you're like, oh my God, I haven't thought about that person for 100 years. So you send them a friend request, right? So it feels like that kind of energy. Just somebody that I was always kind of interested in, but it never really went anywhere for whatever reason. And now we're reconnecting at a different time in our lives. Maybe we've had other experiences, other relationships. Maybe we're both available, we're both ready. This person's definitely reaching out and they want to talk. So it is definitely a blast from your past. How fun. But in a good way, not in like this is an ex-lover who wants you back that you would never go back to. Okay, so squash that idea. It could be just like an old friend that you just never thought of them romantically, but would you catch up with them and see what's going on? I have a cleaning, self-improvement, purification. I don't know, maybe they got rid of something in their life. Maybe they made a big change in their life. Maybe they're reaching out to old friends and reconnecting because they feel good about themselves and they want to reconnect to some healthy, happy old friends and just kind of see what's going on in people's lives. So maybe they're starting over, starting fresh, something like that. A disco ball, they're a free spirit. Amusement. Yeah, I'd be okay with that they reached out to you initially just for fun. Right? They just reached out to you, something reminded them of you, and they just said, you know what, let's see where this goes, and they're now, next thing I know, I'm chatting with them and I learned all about what they got. And Spirit just said, like, we just picked up where we left off, like maybe there'd be years between us, but we just picked up where we left off, and we're having a lot of fun talking. Yeah, look at this kind of nostalgia, right? You're still the one. The truth comes out. You're still the one. So somebody who either had an old crush on you, or how did Spirit say it? They always had a thing for you. I like that. They always had a thing for you. And like all these feelings are coming up. Sometimes you, I don't know, you go through different phases in your life, and it's fun to catch up with kind of different people from different time in your time, whether it's your high school friends, your college friends, people that you grew up with, all of a sudden resurface, people from your neighborhood, just, it's kind of crazy how they come out of the woodwork sometimes. But that is pretty much how I feel this is. So for those of you that have a blast from the past out there, they may step forward. I have a Four of Wands. Four of Wands. I have a King of Wands. I have a Two of Cups. Great connection. Okay. And I have a Three of Wands. Yeah, I mean, I do feel this sense of, I always thought about, like where you were and what you were doing. And, did you get married? Are you in a relationship? Are you available? I kind of also feel that I have nothing to lose. Like, I'm a pretty strong individual at this phase in my life. Like, I have nothing to lose, but just to kind of reach out and say, hi, right? Because the intention is just to have fun and connect to you. It's not like, they're asking you to marry them. They're reaching out because there was always a connection there. There was always feelings there of some kind. And there's a history, Spirit says. There's some kind of history there, okay? Whether there's someone connecting us, it could be an old friend that we still both keep in contact with. It could be somebody we worked with years ago that, we were just friendly when we worked together. And we always kind of just talked, but maybe they were in a relationship, you were married, who knows? But it didn't go anywhere. I don't know. I love things like this. It's kind of like an unexpected surprise, isn't it? Nine of Pentacles, they like to hear how much you've grown and how strong you are. Yeah, it's like, I want to reach out to you and I want to share with you just where I've been, what I've been doing. It's going to be a surprise. Spirit has a funny way of putting people on our path at different times in our lives. And if the first time they cross the path, the timing isn't right because you have other lessons to learn, then you go off in different directions and you kind of do your own thing. And then all of a sudden that person comes back, maybe they had to go through something, maybe they're picking up the phone now to old friends because they're coming out of a divorce, or they just ended something, or they just moved from one state and they moved back into the area. And they're like, you know what? I'm just looking to connect to some old friends, or looking for somebody to go out for a drink with, looking for somebody to grab a cup of coffee with, anything like that. But I don't know. I love stories like this because I just feel like it's like fate won't allow you to not be together, and fate somehow keeps bringing you together until it's perfect timing. I love this kind of reading. I have a Six of Swords. Yeah, this sense of they had to move on. So they probably were they were probably in a committed relationship. I mean, the best example I could give is, all these years they've been married to somebody else. Okay. Now they're divorced, right? Now they're divorced. They've moved on. They ended that, whatever. And now they're just kind of healing and repairing and moving on with their life, and just kind of seeing, I don't know, just reaching out to different people from different parts of their lives. That's how I feel. I have a Four of Swords. Okay, the Four of Swords. Let me see. Four of Swords and a Five of Swords came in. Yeah, I mean, they probably had a difficult marriage. This could be you too. It could be, you guys find each other after we both, both realize that we're both divorced, we're both single, something like that, or both out of relationships. And I don't know. It's just nice to talk to an old friend. It's a little bit nice to just kind of put you've been going through in your day-to-day life aside and reconnect to kind of, the old you. And then look at this. You're ready to start this new journey. Now we had this Four of Wands, which is kind of jumping out at me again. And that is a sense of building upon something, building a future, right? It could even be my celebration card. It could even be my marriage card. But that Fool comes back around. That Fool comes back and is like excited to see you, looking forward to seeing you. Spirit just said it's almost the sense of a feeling of I bumped into an old friend. Like you're out somewhere and you bump into them and they say, hey, give me your phone number. Let's go out for lunch. Let's catch up. And you actually do it. You actually give your phone number. In the bottom of the deck, thank you, Spirit, is the Wheel of Fortune. So again, sometimes we can't control fate. We can't control destiny. If you're supposed to be with somebody and the first time your paths crossed and it wasn't meant to be, for whatever reason, different time, you weren't ready to be in that connection, fate will come back around. It will put this person back in front of you if this person is supposed to be in front of you. So I love this. I love this whole feeling of, was this the person that I was supposed to be with? Was this the person? Like, there's always that one person from when like you were younger and you thought, I always thought I'd end up with that person, or I always thought that was the person I was going to marry someday. But then you go in different directions, you have different journeys, something like that. But I don't know, somebody's coming back for some of you, not all of you. This may not, connect to some of you, but some of you it could definitely be connecting to. I have a star. I always hoped I'd see that person again. I always hoped I'd bump into that person again. I always hoped that, maybe secretly I was waiting for them. If their marriage didn't work out, I was the first person that they would think of, like if in the event I wouldn't ever wish to, end their marriage. But, hey, if they're single anytime, I would definitely still be interested in them. But fate has a way of finding you again is kind of how I feel right now. Let's see what the feelings are. I also like this feeling of they have a thing for you. They have a thing for you. You make me feel young. You remind me of who I was. You remind me of that period of time when it was fun. Spirit says, yes. Yes. How fun, Gemini. I blocked my feelings for you. Maybe I put them aside for many years. Maybe I ignored the feelings that I had for you because I was too young at the time, or I wasn't ready to commit at the time, something like that. I feel like I can't even communicate. A little bit of a tongue-tied feeling when they see you again for the first time. Like, I just can't believe I just saw you. I'm just so excited to see you. I don't know how to feel. Okay, I'll take that even. A little bit overwhelmed. I mean, I think when somebody comes into your space, when you least expect it, out of nowhere, literally a blast from the past, you kind of get taken back, right? I want to have a family together. Now, I don't know if I'm having a family together with this person, or if it's a question of like, how is your family? You know, like this person knows your family members. This person knows your siblings. This person would know like your parents. And the first thing that they would ask is like, how is your family? Like that is kind of how it came into me. So I feel a past life connection. Yeah, some kind of past. So whether this is a soul connection that just keeps resurfacing, or even in this lifetime that has come back, but in a good way. I don't feel like we had a, I don't think we this isn't an ex returning. Okay, this is somebody that I had feelings for. They knew who I was. They know who my family is, but it never really went anywhere. It just wasn't, it wasn't the right time for either of us for whatever reason. But they do know kind of everything about you is kind of how I feel. 10 of Cups. I could be really happy with this person. I have a Death card. Maybe after a significant change in your life or their life, they're reappearing. Could be even, you know, like I said, a divorce. It could be a widow. It could be a, you know, I left the person I've been with. I've changed my life. I made a change. I'm even the sense of like I've moved back home has come into me in this reading. I have a 6 of Wands, success, and a 10 of Pentacles. So whoever this is, we could be really happy together, right? We could be really happy together. You know, I know I'm harping on that sense of destiny and fate, but it's true. It's true. You know, if it's meant to be, it will come back to you. It's like, because your soul contract was that you were going to be with this person in this lifetime. So you've already planned that before you came here, right? So it's the sense of, I'm just waiting for this person to return to me. So if anybody reaches you out to you in social media, or just you bump into at the grocery store, you haven't seen them forever, and they say, hey, let's catch up, I would say yes to that person. I want to cuddle with you and I want to see you now. A little bit of a sense of urgency just came in. This, I don't want to waste any more time. You know, like all these years have passed, and, you know, now that I see you again, I just, you know, like all this flood of feelings came back, and these flood of, you know, the good times that we had together. I'm not going anywhere this time. You know, maybe, like I said, they've moved back home or moved to where you live, or I don't know, have relocated. And now there's a sense of that there could be a real relationship. It's not like they live in a different state or they live far away and they're just visiting, but maybe they're sharing with you like it's permanent, and there could be a real reason. They probably moved back. They probably moved back to be with you. You are my sunshine. Okay. You are my sunshine. I'm going to put you first. Okay. I want to take it slow. I guess get to know each other again. My feelings are deeper than they seem. I don't know, maybe I've always had a thing for you, right? I've always felt something for you. I don't know why. You know, this is one of those kind of soul connections that you say, I don't know why I always felt something for this person. You know, I mean, whether it's they were a nice person, they were always good to me, they always made me laugh, they felt like a member of the family, but there's something about them. I keep dreaming about us. Maybe they've been daydreaming about you for a long time and wondering what you're doing. And then they finally got up the nerve to reach out. You have a secret admirer out there. You make my heart skip a beat. It's almost like I want to say still. You know, like you still make my heart skip a beat. You've got some kind of secret admirer, a blast from the past, somebody who has a thing for you. And the timing is right. The timing is right now. So that's just fate working at its best. Okay. So we're going to put this out into the universe. It's kind of a little mystery. It's like the mystery person, right? It's the mystery person coming out of the woodwork. So we're going to just see who this is and see who comes forward. It's just kind of fun to think about, isn't it? Let's thank spirit for this information, and we'll keep our eyes open for this person. I want to thank spirit for this reading today. If you're new to my channel and you appreciated this reading, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Thank you always to my Geminis for all your love and support. And if anyone would like to book a private reading with me, go to my website, KathyMamolen, psychicmedium.com.